What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first ever Top 5. Hope I am your host and participant, Zell May. As you know, the Alpha's in the building. I see y'all giving Alpha what's up. We also have Uniqo Williams. How are you doing today, my guy?
Man, being the blackest I've ever been today. Being black.
I don't know what that means, but shout out to you for being black. Mate, how are you today, my guy?
A vibe.
That's what I'm talking about. Today is a vibe. Today is the first episode of Top 5. And today's episode, we decided to do something simple. We're talking about the NBA playoffs. And the question is, who has the most pressure in the NBA playoffs? The way this show works is each one of us will give our top 5, and then we'll make an overall 99 top 5, what you see right there. So first up, I'm gonna have a list that's come up, and it's gonna be Mate's top 5. Mate, explain us your top 5.
Well, I had to start off with number 5. The coach of the Jazz himself, I believe it's Mr. Zack Snyder, if I remember right.
Quinn Snyder, yeah, Quinn Snyder.
Well, Quinn Snyder, same thing. I'm thinking of the movies. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Quinn Snyder, though. I'm knowing him because his name was already floated around in circles for the Lakers head coaching position. And you already know your name is being floated out there for coaching positions and you are still employed. You must know that your organization does not have good faith that you are going to make it through this playoff run, which means he got pressure on his current job, or you get demoted to a job that may not be high quality. And, so he needs to make a deep playoff run. Like, to me, he got to berth a Western Conference Finals, bare minimum, to keep his job. Otherwise, go another route. It's already been, I think, a little bit of tension between him and Mitchell. So, I got to start off with him, Quinn Snyder himself. Next, we got to go to Kevin Durant. I mean, I don't even think we need to know why this is a thing. We all know Kevin Durant got pressure. And it's mainly because, he came to Brooklyn, wanted to get his own ring with his own team and show that he can do it. And, injuries has been an issue for them. But you got Kyrie, got a squad, and you got to come out. And game 1 is already shown he did not play well in game 1. So he got to come out. He got to ball. He got to do his thing because that ring cements his legacy more or less for him and for everybody else. So he got some pressure, even though it's not as much as our top 3, because if he loses this year, they'll be like, well, the team did change up. Certain people abandoned your team midway through the season. And, they got – Ben Simmons, but they can't. Is he gonna play? Is he not gonna play? They're working me. So it's a lot going. So he'll be forgiven, but time is running out because Kyrie is also may not be there next year. So you got him. Next we gotta go to CP3. The top 3 was a bit tough for me to put between different orders, but CP3 got that attention because he's 36. He getting up there in years. We don't know how long he's gonna be able to maintain this high level play as the point guard, and he really, really needs that ring to put him over the top. He's pretty much a Hall of Famer to me and most people anyway, but just that'll cement him in like top 5 to top 3 point guards all time. The ring been the only thing he's been missing. He got arguably best, if not top 2 squads in the West. Had a shot last year, came up short. The opportunities don't come that often, so he got the pressure. And then we go to the top 2 because they on the same squad. Shout out to Zell May, the 76ers fan himself, because number 1 and 2 is on the same team. We go to number 2, it is Doc Rivers. Mr. Drop the 3-1 himself. I respect Doc Rivers though, for real. But he got pressure. He's only been there a year. In that 1 year, Ben Simmons has completely rebelled against him in the offseason. It has not gone well. They dropped the 3-1. Did they drop the 3-1 last year?
They dropped a bunch of 20-point leads.
They lost the series to a team that they shouldn't have lost to. We know that.
And they had 2 20-point leads. Well, 16 and a 22-point
leads. The whole Ben Simmons situation. Then he got the 3-1s on his resume with that. If he comes up short this year, James Harden, Joel Embiid, MVP year for Embiid, Harden the superstar. If he comes up short this year, his name been floating around them Lakers circles too. So Quinn Snyder got that heat. He spoiling right there above him. So, he got the heat. But number one is the man himself, James Harden. The man who abandoned 2 teams in 2 seasons to get his ring. He said it ain't working in Houston. He went to Brooklyn. Brooklyn got hurt. It wasn't working. Did he leave too early, though? That is the question. But he left Brooklyn. Went to 76, said it's where he wanted to be the whole time, playing for an extension because he is eligible for a good top quality extension, probably one of the worst extensions that'll ever be signed in the history of the NBA. But he gonna have to get it for if he wants it. He got to play so far. It ain't looking good. He ain't looked good in 2 games, even though they blew out the Raptors in both. I'm just saying, my man got everything. He got an extension. He got a ring. He got a legacy. He got Doc Rivers' job. Everything is riding on this year. Harden got to come through. It is what it is.
It is true. Uniqo, you up next. Explain your top 5. And here it is on the screen.
Okay. So I had to say this because last one looking in, my expectations for pressure is, it's really your expectation, like what people expect of you at this point in time. So, and can y'all hear me just fine?
We can.
Okay. So just outside looking in, I got KD because there's not any real pressure on him to win this year, like everybody will understand. But at the same time, they say you're the best in the world. Okay. So does that not count for anything? They say you're the best in the world. So that I think that means something. You should have some pressure on you. Show us. This is your opportunity to show us. No LeBron, no, just the focus is on you. So that's where I'm at with him. But my number 5 is Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell has been getting first seeds, second seeds, third seeds, all that stuff, been top seeds, and they played very competitive series out here, and he just does not show up. So Donovan Mitchell is 100%. He's my number 5, just because he does need to feel some pressure on him because he's supposed to be the franchise guy. He's doing it as a smaller person, if you will, but you got expectations, man, and you got to live up to them because it's not very many stars you got to go against because you'll see that in this list I have here. Next up, number 4, Jokic. He's your MVP, right? That takes me back to my KD point. KD's supposed to be the best in the world, okay? So, Joker, you're the MVP. I don't want to hear that Jamal Murray stuff. Yes, he's been cleared for 3 months. I understand, and I get that. But at the end of the day, hold on. You're the MVP. Why are you the MVP? Because you have a great record. You did good without Jamal Murray because he's been out with ACL. Matter of fact, it's the anniversary of the day that he tore his ACL. So let's take that into account. He's good without Jamal Murray, so don't say we need him, none of that. No, he's the MVP. Ain't that what everybody says? Third, I got Kyrie, only because the pressure's on him because of this series. After this, I'm gonna let him off the hook. After this series, if he can beat Boston, I'm gonna let him off the hook. But he has to win this right now because the city of Boston is on his head and his middle fingers is on his head. And I'm okay with it. I love it. I love that part of basketball. Keep it up, Kyrie. I love this rivalry between you and Boston. We'll see if Trey can come up with that kind of. If he can do it in Miami, I would love to watch that rivalry. But if he can't do it and it's just him versus New York, it is what it is.
So that's a good rivalry, huh? That's a good rivalry with us, huh? That's a good rivalry with us, he says.
I ain't gonna lie, Philly and Boston was a rivalry in the 80s too that I love.
That's a good rivalry with us, you say.
Well,
remember that, Uniqo. What's the number 1?
Number 2.
Number 2, I got Chris Paul. Just because, bro, you've been in the league for a minute, and we acknowledge you as the point guard, but for us to really bow down, you need one, and you do it. You get close every time. You almost did it with Houston, got hurt. Clippers, Doc Rivers. I'm giving you guys. You was with Charlotte, you was with New Orleans, the same franchise. I'm gonna give it to you. You had it at your excuses. You got real close last year, but Giannis is different. But when it come down to it, Chris Paul, you got to show and prove, man, to really solidify yourself. I think legacy has a lot to do with this, which brings me to number 1, James Harden. What do you want to be known as, bro? The guy that can score before they change the rules? The guy that quit and pushed himself out of a whole bunch of situations? James Harden needs a championship to solidify anything he's done in his whole 10, 11, 12-year career. I'm sorry. He needs it. He has the most pressure on him. But the thing is, he's going to throw you off the path. He's going to make y'all think that, nah, there ain't no pressure on me to win nothing. You see what I'm dealing with here? He's going to pick. It's not about him. It's everybody else's fault but his. We're not going to even talk about the fact that they missed 21 straight 3-pointers in that finals against in Game 7 against Golden State. We're not even going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about how he just disappeared when they were playing against the Miami Heat when he was a 6th man of the year coming off the bench scoring 30 and then couldn't do nothing else. We're not going to talk about all those failures. We're not going to talk about that stuff. James Harden is going to make it. He's going to act like he doesn't have any pressure. But I think we all know better if you know basketball.
Yeah. And now,
and just saying, if the Lakers were here, I know this is an if, but if the Lakers were here, spots 1, 2, and 3 would be taken by LeBron, LeBron, AD, and Westbrook. I'm just saying that right now.
Well, they don't have pressure because they ain't here, so they ain't got.
They cool. They let that pressure off of them at that Spurs game with LeBron. And
LeBron still has pressure, even though he ain't in the playoffs.
Skip Bayless gonna tweet him every night again.
He still got pressure.
That man tweeted him last night. He said, "Where LeBron at?" Okay, now it's my top 5. My top 5 a little different. You see a lot of similarities. This is the first top 5. So I wanted something that was mostly
great basketball minds, y'all.
Yeah.
Great basketball minds.
My top 5. My number 5 is Jimmy Butler. Why did I put Jimmy Butler on here? Because he keeps telling me every year he gets up at 4 a.m. and he's a winner. But you ain't won nothing. So I want to know, you Mr. 4 a.m., you got to lead the Heat. You keep telling me it's Cat fault. You keep telling me it's everybody else's fault. These players don't want to play. They don't want to do this. Now you got the team you want. Who? You the number 1 seed, dog. Mr. 4 a.m. is number 1 seed.
I like that take.
They built a whole team around you. You got Pat Riley. You like everybody. You got a great coach that's been there for a long time. You got a great general manager. You have a bunch of teammates that can play. They hooping this year. You the number 1 seed. Mr. 4 a.m. every night, every day. Show me what you got.
I can't argue that.
Number 4 is Cat. Why is Cat on here? He won the 3-point contest. You are one of the most skilled players in the league, but you haven't won.
That's what he say.
You are one of the most skilled people in the league because there is almost nothing you can't do on the court. And everybody he doesn't have no pressure to most people, so I get that. But to me, I expect you to play better. I expect you to do what you did. I expect you and Ant are the 2 fundamental players. You are coming to your prime. You're finally playing like it. He is finally playing like he's coming into his prime. He's looking like a star. Yeah, that was the play-in. He did play. He played well in game 1. It's the play-in game he didn't play good in. But Ant taking your spot, dog. Ant the start of the team now. What are you gonna do? Is this your team or are you gonna hoop or is Ant just gonna take it? Cause Ant that dude. Ant is that dude. So please. So please, you ain't only got a spot. You only, Monte, he's not only on here just because his talent. He might lose his star spot on the team. Ant is going to be the star on the team. Monte already think Ant the star. See, Monte,
it's a good take.
Monte think Ant already is a star. That's why he don't give him credit. I think Cat got to have a little fight back in. Cat got to have a little fight. Who team is it?
Don't do drugs, America. Don't do drugs, America.
I'm saying you number 1 pick.
Don't do drugs, America.
This your out of Kentucky,
bro. Yes. He been in the league too long to not be the man so far with his talent.
K&T put up 60 this year, but Anthony Edwards already got the team. Oh, okay.
He do got.
I'm talking about the playoff. Regular season good. Ant look like the man in the playoff every game. Both of them every time they play. And I'm taking over, bro. At the end of the game, Ant said, "Give me the ball." Who they get the ball to, Joe?
Ant.
And guess what he do? He made the Bucks and sent Memphis home, the 2 seed Memphis, by the way. Gave him a loss, sent him right up the road to you go back.
When they won that championship that night.
But I'm saying, and then Cat don't play well, Ant still play well. They still win. I'm just saying, Ant hey, it's looking like my team. Okay, 3rd on the list, Joker. Let me pick it back off let me pick
push him a little higher.
Let me put him while he on this list. You are the MVP.
That's what they said.
I'm listening to Shaq and Charles Barkley say you can't let a 6'6" man lock you up. You 6'11" MVP. There ain't no way this 6'6", even though he's a great defender, locking you up. And I get it. You don't have the squad that you want. You don't have all the players. But man, that man ain't even asking for a double team on you right now. The man ain't asking for a double team. You are the MVP of the league. They say you should get it this year. Only reason I'm gonna be honest with you. I might be a little hater. You might be on this list simply because they saying you deserve the MVP over Embiid, and I'm a little bit of a hater. So I need to see it. Embiid is cooking Minnesota Toronto right now. Jokic, you the MVP over him? You can't get swept, my guy. That's
Siakam on suicide watch.
I'm saying you cannot get swept, my guy. Number 2, 76ers fan, Doc Rivers. You're a top 15 coach in history, right? You're a top 15 coach. Top 15 coach ever. You won one championship you're the only person that probably won only one championship, and you probably have had 12 Hall of Famers on your roster. Let's go. Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady, Chris Paul, James Harden. Who else he got? Embiid gonna be Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett. Rondo's on the fringe, but NBA Hall of Fame to everybody, so Rondo might get in.
Oh, dang it. You mentioned in Boston again. Dang, I got to summon it again.
Can I ask you a question real quick,
Paul Pierce.
Do you think Doc Rivers has his head so up his ass that he has the ability to even feel pressure? Bro, does he have the self-awareness to feel like
he do if he get fired?
Joe, Monte, they talking about giving him the Lakers job. This man is finessing jobs.
Bruh, do you not realize that the Lakers job is not a good job?
He's still gonna get a job regardless.
Like, yeah, he can get a job. You don't realize the Lakers job is not a good job. It is not a good job. I don't want nobody in America to read. The Lakers job is not an attractive head coaching position because of all the turmoil you're gonna have to deal with this year and the year after when LeBron.
And they ain't got draft picks for like 5 years.
They don't have a draft pick for 5 years. LeBron is leaving. Nobody get fooled. LeBron is not staying in LA after this year. LeBron is gone after this year. They don't have a draft pick for 5 years, and the team looks like trash. Then you got to deal with Rob Pelinka unless he gets fired. Oh, okay.
And the biggest reason you number 2.
And not to mention, you will get sacrificed after 1 year if the year goes badly. That's Frank Vogel. He won the championship 2 years later. He got fired. Oh, okay.
Shout out to Luke Walton.
Let's do this. The best Phil Jackson said in a finals against Monte's team. They got a big lead, but Doc Rivers known for choking his whole career. Oh my God. The top 2 coach ever just told you. The top 2 coach ever just said he known for choking in the finals, dog. You are in the finals. A grown man, a coach said, man, don't worry about that score right now. He known for choking. How you can't be number 2? It's a miracle you're not number 1. This is my favorite team, by the way, so I got a lot of pressure on them. James Harden is number 1. Why? Because nobody on earth has choked more in the playoffs than James Harden. Joe, do you want to go through the list?
I think it's Harden, Doc Rivers, and who else?
At least Doc got a ring.
Yeah, I mean, Harden, let's see. He was with Durant and Westbrook, and they lost in 5 to the Miami Heat.
And by the way, you killed the Spurs, and everybody was like, oh my God, they got to get him the ball. The man shot like 18%.
We combined that. They lost twice to the Warriors, and they were up 3-2 against the Warriors the first time. They lost both games, and were ahead at halftime in both games.
By like 18. And went over 7.5
games. Lost the following year. Blamed Chris Paul. Essentially blamed Chris Paul. Got traded. Traded Chris Paul. Got Westbrook. That year went horribly. Then after that, Westbrook was gone and he was gone. Like, you know what? We took a gut the entire team. Went to Brooklyn. Brooklyn got hurt along with the COVID thing for Kyrie.
He quit.
This ain't working. Possibly left too early. I'm not gonna forget that. Possibly left too early. Forced his way out and got traded. Got traded from there into the 76er land with Doc Rivers, and we got, the two people in the NBA that are notoriously known for giving away opportunities and leads in games. So, Grandpa, I am so sorry. I hope it goes well, but I don't know if it's gonna go well. Right now, they're not really facing any competition because the Raptors, we were expecting for making it, but now. So,
they better not lose a game or Doc need to be fired.
If they screw around, because depending on how these matchups go, if they play the Bucks, just know I will be front and center watching.
Oh my God, please. Series. Oh my God, please don't let Doc just
randomly front and center watching that series.
I can't watch the
What y'all want to see? What you think Doc gonna do against Milwaukee? I know we about to get out of here.
See the Greek freaking Embiid go 6 games.
Oh,
interesting.
Joe, I just don't want to watch the press conference when if they lose a game they should have won, and Doc just be like James Harden fault, and then James Harden just quit playing. I'm be like, oh my God, I'm sick.
I don't think James can afford to quit playing. He needs that extension. He can't afford.
I seen him quit playing this shit when Doc called him out the next game. He scored 6 points on one shot.
That's regular season, but bro, you playing for not only the championship, you playing for your extension. He playing for an extension. You don't have a choice.
He might slick this Embiid real quick and be like, our tall guys weren't tall enough.
No, he ain't gonna never do
this. Our tall guys weren't tall enough. That's what he does.
The one thing you better not didn't play tall tonight. He know better. He know who he can't diss in Philly. Philly love
Embiid. It's gonna get ugly if you do that.
Okay, now let's go over this top 5 list. Number 1, it's clearly James.
Yeah, it can be Harden. Number 2, I think me and Grandpa both had Doc, but Uniqo had somebody else.
I had Chris Paul. I had Chris Paul up there a little bit higher.
Yeah, so are we
respect Paul? It's tough. I don't mind Paul and Doc being 2 and 3 respectively. The thing about it, Doc gonna get fired after this year. It is a good possibility. If they don't make it, he getting fired. It might be on the table that if he don't even make the Eastern Conference Finals, they might let him go. Whereas Chris Paul, if he don't make it, it's bad. But he will be he's gotten his extension. He's gonna retire a son. This year. So they just don't know how much higher tier play, but they did lose last year and they were up 2-0. So it's I don't.
Joe, are you okay with Doc being number 2, or do you think he need to go down?
Because Doc gonna get fired. Doc is literally going to be fired.
And by the way, Harden is trying to kind of push for, according to the reports, I don't know if it's true allegedly, push for Mike D'Antoni to be the coach of the 76ers.
I saw that too, and if that happens, Embiid need to go ahead and leave.
I'm just saying, I base my pressure off of expectations.
Doc is the top 15 coach though. Top 15 coach.
I didn't expect. That's why I didn't put any coaches in there, because I'm not expecting these coaches. I'm putting a lot of this on the players.
Doc will put the whole bench in, Joe.
2 and 3. It's tough. I don't mind him being 2 and 3. It's hella tough. But CP3,
I don't mind it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
I get his point, because CP3 got expectations, right, bro? You 36. You got an extension. You went to the finals last year with the 2 games and y'all lost. And you got the number 1 seed this year. I can't act like they don't got the expectation. Bro, it's there.
Your best friend LeBron, and he's in the conversation for best of all time. But you're in the conversation. You can't reach that. But you can be best point guard of all time.
I don't know, Magic kind of. Magic
You said,
sorry, bro.
Magic is locked in.
Magic won 5 rings and he's 6'8".
Dude, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, and I love Chris Paul to death. Chris Paul ain't even gonna be top 3 point guards even with a ring. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Well, that lowers the pressure then.
He's not even gonna be top 3 with a ring. The ring solidifies his personal legacy. Chris Paul ain't reaching top 3 even with a ring. I'm sorry, between Isaiah Thomas, Magic, and
take rings away from it now. Take rings away.
Isaiah
from
Thomas
it.
was the original.
Take rings from
Isaiah Thomas was the original Chris Paul that won ring. Little pitbull.
I won't argue that. What we have at 3? I had Kyrie at 3. I don't think y'all had Kyrie on
right now, or just in history.
No. Oh, I'm going away from the point guard stuff. I'm going into our next slot.
Oh yeah,
the next slot.
Since we said Doc might get fired, we're gonna put Doc at 2 and CP3 at 3.
It's up to Uniqo. Uniqo gonna have to knock it out.
I'm good with that. Kyrie came in for me just because of what's behind you right now, Mom Ray. That's because this is a legendary.
Kyrie is I don't think he has as much pressure because really it's just what team is gonna sign up to take him next year. Because
they saying the Nets
come with him.
They saying the Nets really don't have expectations. I'm just saying the expectation with you doing this back and forth with Boston, and then they're saying you're playing with the best player in the world. That's what they're saying.
Did you have Joker on your list? Because if Joker on the list, we all had Joker kind of high. So
Joker was
Joker at all.
Oh, so you didn't have Joker? Do you mind Joker being Joker number 4 or 5?
I have Joker at all. Like my fourth one was I did not have Joker because to me, who expects Joker to win?
You good with him being MVP?
I don't.
Who expects Joker to win the series?
I expect you to play
MVP.
Good.
Who expects Joker? Who picked Joker? Who put Joker in the Nuggets over the Warriors?
I want him to play well.
No, who picked Joker?
I don't want you to play like you just got locked up.
Did anybody pick them in that series?
No, nobody picked that team in that series. No.
Like now, is it right that freaking Draymond Green is taking his lunch money? No, it's not right that he's taking his lunch money on like 2 out of 3 nights. Like, no, it's not good. But I didn't expect him to win. I don't think nobody expected his team
this
to
one
come
get
out.
hard. The first 3 were kind of easy. This one it started getting hard.
And then the thing about it, like, he's a front runner. He's not official MVP. But I don't think nobody expected him to get out the first round. So just in that thing, I'm like, he just has pressure to play well. And he can play well for 2 games, still get put out. So that's not as much for him. He just needs to do better. But the thing about it, people have to realize that he's never been the dominant type of big man. He's never been a dominant type big man. Like Joker has never been the type of player that you look at and be like, okay, dang, we down 10 points. Joker, take over. That's never been Joker's game. Joker's more finesse. He's never been like, okay, I'm just gonna get the ball, give me the ball, I'm gonna take this. He's never been the type of player. Never. Like, he got the numbers, he got the analytics. He has never been the type of player.
I just say you don't tell me I'm a hater. He
ain't Embiid. He ain't even Durant or nothing like that. Like,
they told me he better than Embiid, so that's why I got a problem. I'm a hater though.
So I don't have that pressure on him because I don't expect him to win.
They tell me the MVP over Embiid, and I'm an Embiid fan.
Because of analytics. I pick Giannis as the MVP. So I'm
a hater. Over Giannis too, I'm a hater. So you told me better than them 2. You got pressure. But then we got 2 Nets and 2 Utah Jazz besides that. So,
man, I put Durant. Like, Durant got pressure.
I didn't think Durant. I think people just kind of giving Durant a pass this year.
Man, he getting a pass. I don't like it.
Get put out first round by Boston. That man will get looked up upside his head.
But do they give LeBron a pass? Do they give LeBron a pass ever? No.
Well, LeBron kind of didn't even make the playoffs, so that's kind of hard to say.
No, Kevin Durant is the best player in the world if you let them tell you that. So what's going on?
I'm not giving Durant a pass so much. Like, he got to at least play like bro, you came an inch of your foot from being in the Eastern Conference Finals with no help. And now Kyrie is here and you didn't show up for game 1?
So we putting Kyrie and Durant or Donovan Mitchell dance night because y'all got that kind of in the same. Oh, we putting Jimmy Butler in there because Mr. 4AM.
I was letting them ride at first. I don't understand how Donovan Mitchell has pressure. I just don't get it.
I say Jimmy Butler. So Jimmy Butler.
He's the man. He's the man. But at this point, I'd rather put KD in that spot. Now that we've talked about it, I'll put KD in that pressure spot.
He's the man.
So we're putting KD at 4.
Who is his number 2? His number 2 is Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert don't score.
But you the man.
Rudy Gobert is your number 2. He don't score. That's why he got to put up 30 every night. He don't have a team that scores.
So we putting KD at 4.
That's why Rudy Gobert is on the trade block after this season. They don't score.
So who put at 5 though?
Ilgauskas was LeBron's number 2. I'm just saying we putting all this stuff up here.
I ain't putting Donovan Mitchell on LeBron level now. We ain't doing that.
No, but he's the man on his team. He's the man on his team. No, I'm just saying. Can we? I'm just saying. Can we just start looking at people from the same lens? People supposed to be the best in the world.
I'm never putting Donovan Mitchell on the same lens as LeBron.
I'm you the man on your team. I'm just saying he goes every single year.
He don't even like Rudy Gobert, dog.
No, in the West.
You can be the man on your team, but we also look at
in the
your
West.
team.
And you top 5 seed in the West every year? You trying to tell me?
Because of their defensively. But we all know in the playoffs is an entirely different breed. When you got a team that's able to analyze your team personally for 7 games, it's an entirely different monster than just being able to play the 2 games after the regular season. Or 4 games after the regular season. No, it's not the same.
Okay, so we put
they've had the same problem for 4 years because they've been outscored.
Yeah.
Like Donovan Mitchell, literally look at not last year, the year before last, when Jamal Murray and him was shooting up 50-point games. He literally got to score 40 and 50. And the team ain't really changed. He got to score 40 and 50 for his team to be in the game because your number 2 is a defensive star that don't score. Rudy Gobert don't even have a post game for the most part. He dunks. So no, he's the man, but the team don't do anything.
I never said Joe Ingles was the next Steph Curry. I never said that. I'm just saying.
So I can't give him the expectation.
That's why I can agree with. That's why I can agree with saying KD will be the next one with pressure because you are the best on the planet. They say so.
Okay, so it ain't like he ain't got help. He also got like a freaking top 5 point guard in the NBA right now, also on his team.
Yeah, that ain't scored.
Number 5.
Is Seth hurt?
Seth, I don't think so.
Oh, I ain't seen him in this game.
Let me I can take a look. But as far as number 5, I don't mind Jimmy Butler being there. I can
Mr. 4 a.m.
I don't have any expectations for him. That's what I'm saying. That's why I ain't putting him in.
Bro, he tell me every day he wake up at 4 a.m. He the 1 seed, dog. What you gonna do, dog?
My thing for Butler is just if he don't win, if he don't get nothing done this year,
he never doing it.
He ain't never gonna reach any kind of like major potential as a star in anybody's eyes no more.
In my eyes, he's a Hall of Fame on the line this year, dog.
He'll never get a max. He'll never get a max deal. He'll never get another max deal.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like he ain't like you on the 76ers, which he should not have left the 76ers. Let me go ahead and make that clear. He should have never left that team. He went from the 76ers. He was on the Timberwolves team that had Karl Anthony Towns on it. That didn't work out. Went to the 76ers. They came short the 1 year that he was there. Leave there and go to the Bulls. They haven't done that in 3 years. No, my bad. They made a finals run in the bubble, and he didn't show up well.
Can we agree that Jimmy Butler is mid?
I mean, to me, yeah.
Well,
he ain't superstar status.
I think
he's not a superstar.
Right now, that star status is being a little questionable.
I think that if the star status is questionable, I think we got to put him at 5, right?
I'm good with him at 5.
Okay.
He got millions on the line.
You know what I'm saying?
He got millions on the line. So that's pressure. That's real pressure. Jimmy Butler at number 1. He got millions on the line.
There ain't nobody past James Harden.
James Harden got a whole extension on the line, so I don't want to hit it.
So basically what the list is, tell us if who you agree with. Do you agree with an individual? Do you agree with the overall? James Harden, Doc Rivers, CP3, KD, and Jimmy Butler. That's the overall 99 top 5 most pressurized playoffs for the NBA this year. Let us know if you agree, like, and subscribe. If you like this content, we'll do it more. We got a lot of different stuff coming out that I'm excited for. We just trying different things to see what people like because we want to change the channel and make it grow. So we're going to try a bunch of different things. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Yeah. I appreciate you. What can they find you, Joe? Uniqo, so we can get out of here real quick.
UniqoWilliams.com. Y'all know the deal.
Yeah. Monte, what can they find you?
Monterey Hudson, Instagram, and TikTok. Come holler at your boy.
Linktree is below, and you can find me on my Linktree. Books, merch, all that stuff is in my Linktree below. We appreciate y'all. Hope y'all enjoy the top 5. Let us know if y'all agree. Do y'all agree with somebody's takes? Do you disagree with the overall list? Do you disagree with my list? Do you think Monte tripping? Am I tripping? Is Joe tripping? I appreciate it.
Well, we know Grandpa tripping, but you know.
Okay, man. Joker, he said he the MVP of MB. All right.
Joker can get swept.